Hi there again everyone, I hope you're having an absolutely amazing day, and today I thought that I would just have a look at my new in drawer because I've got so much makeup in there that I've not had a chance to just play with yet, and I've pretty much got a full face. I just don't think I've got a concealer, so I'm just gonna put it on my face. It's not necessarily new into the stores or anything like that, it's just new for me, things that I've bought. I thought, oh, I like the look of that, and put it in my drawer and just not had a chance to have a play with it yet, so I thought we'd do that today. My name is Claire, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you love all things makeup and a little bit of true crime thrown in there as well. So my skin is dry AF, so I've used the Makeup Revolution Miracle Cream. Now this cream just smells amazing, and my skin's just drank it in like it's never had any kind of hydration before. It is quite nice. It's left a little bit of a greasy film on top, but I don't know whether that's because I've just put too much on because I'm super dehydrated. Or my skin is super dehydrated at the moment, but we're just going to jump right into this video. Okay, so I didn't have a brow gel, so I'm just going to take my Makeup Obsession Brow Gloss with hemp seed, and I'm just going to brush that through the brows and just to help them stick into place, because we want them to just stay where they should be. And I'm just going to take a spooler and brush those bad boys up. So I don't know what kind of look I'm going for today. I've got a few palettes, but I've just pulled out like a green palette. It's a Morphe one, but we're just gonna go with the brows first and then jump into the look. I don't know where I'm gonna go. We're just gonna go with it. We're just gonna fly with it and see what happens. I tell lies, I didn't have a brow product either, so I'm just gonna go in with a Beauty Bay pencil and just do my brows very quickly. Okay, so that is my eyebrows done. I used my Louise base, and I bought some tape on because I just feel like it today, because I have got a gel liner in my new in drawer, and I might try and do a wing, which I don't generally do that well on me, but we're gonna go for it. I just feel like this is really long, just hold on. Okay, so I've pulled out my Morphe Ashley Strong Affirmation Magic Artistry palette, and I got this in the sale at Morphe way before like Black Friday sales or anything like that, for like £7, and I just loved the packaging, and I just kind of loved the colours. I just think they're really nice, like wintry colours. So, and I'm loving, what's this one? I'm Kindness Yellow green here, and all the other greens as well. So I just thought that I'd just give it a go today and just see where we go with it. So I'm going to take my PC07 brush, and we're going to go in with I Am Powerful, which is this like deep green here, and I'm going to put that like through just above my crease, and I'm just going to tap that in and kind of make it so it can come outwards if it needs to. That is a lot darker than I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be, it looks more like I Am Confident on the eye than this colour here, if you see. It doesn't seem very powdery or anything, which I know some Morphe palettes can be. I think I'm going to bring that down as well and just kind of make like a V outline with it. I don't know where I'm going with this. We're just gonna go with it. I do love the colour though, it does pack a punch. Okay, so love the colour impact there. I just think it's really nice, not a lot of fallout at all, and I am generally really messy when it comes to doing my eyeshadow. It's generally all over my face. So I'm just gonna, I really want to use this, but this I Am Loved is like speaking to me as well. So I Am Happy speaking to me as well. Oh, I don't know what to do. Okay, I don't want to go in and just put a bright colour on top of that straight away, so I think I'm going to go in with I Am Happy, and I'm going to take this on my Real Techniques brush. Just gonna kind of stamp that like half and half on top of that green and kind of below it out here as well. I feel like I'm going to go for like a really intense look when playing with this palette. And what I'm going to do with that as well is I'm going to bring that kind of in as well. Like into the nose area slightly. I'm just going to brush off any excess and just blend those two together there. Just with the same brush. It's only a slight blend at the moment. We will go in with a fluffier brush and just like diffuse the whole thing, unless you want it to be quite intense. Okay, so kind of loving that so far. Okay, I'm going to take this Morphe FF4 brush, which is like a slightly fluffier one. I'm going to go in with I Am Kind. Give that a little swirl round. There's very, very little fallout on that, or what I can see anyway. It's a very light colour. And just pat that, again, 50-50. But I don't want the colour impact to be quite as intense, which is why I've gone for a fluffier brush. The more dense brush you use, the more colour that the brush is going to pick up. Pat that on. And then just diffuse it. I'm thinking I may go with the darker green and go right underneath that orange that I've put there. I think that's going to really, really like give it a lot of impact. And sometimes, you know, you just go in and then you change your mind about what you're doing. Okay, so I'm going to go back in with my Peaches and Cream brush, pick up more of I Am Powerful and bring that just underneath the orange, the I Am Happy. I love the fact that they're all like, I am calm, I am focused, I am beautiful, I am confident. I love that. Obviously it's an affirmations palette, so you're going to get that. And just pat that in. Say that. That's it now. Loving that. So it doesn't matter if you get a brand new palette out and just have a play and you don't like the look. It's just, it's makeup, it comes off. I'm back in with I Am Happy, which is like the green orange. Load that up. You don't need to come so far down in the corner if you don't want to, but I'm just feeling it being very, very intense today. Very intense. I'm back in with the yellow green, which is I Am Kind. So we've ended up with like a little cut crease. Loving it. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go back in with the P. Louise base and cut the crease a little bit. I may go in with some NYX glitter glue, but I'm going to cut that off camera and then I'm going to come back because we'll be here for about half an hour while I'm doing that. So I'll be back. Okay, so instead of doing like a cut crease, I found this P. Louise Prime and Define cosmetic base. So I've put that on and I think I'm just going to put like a shimmer over the top, but I'm loving the colour of it. I mean, I think you could just put that on and that will be it. So I think I'm just going to go in lightly with I Am Magical over the top and just very, very lightly just like pat it, just to give it like a little bit more of a green like shimmer, because it's dried down very quickly, that base. It is more like a paint, but I just think it's just add like a really green, like green gold look, and I'm kind of loving it. So I have got a gel liner, but it is brown, and I'm just going to put that back in my new in drawer because I feel like this deserves a black. So I'm going to go in with my old Maybelline one. I actually thought I'd ordered a black, but I didn't. I'd ordered brown. So I'm just going to go in and do my Maybelline liner, and I'm just going to pat that on. I do love the gel liners. I'm just going to pat that down there and then pat it up, and I'm just going to use the tape as like a guide. I think I'm going to do quite a dramatic wing, so I'm going to pat that on there, and I'm going to pat into my eye. I'm using my fingers to squeeze any excess off and give me a nice crisp brush, and I'm just going to pat right into the corner. And I'm trying desperately not to close my eyes, which I have a habit of doing, which is why I think I find this so difficult. I'm just trying to look straight ahead or look down and not close my eyes, because that's when it's all going to go wrong. Okay, so I'm going to remove the tape now. I'm going to pull it downwards. It's turned out quite well. I'm kind of loving it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and do... I've got some new lashes actually. I've got these really dramatic Morphe premium lashes, and I think I'm going to bob those on because I think we want a dramatic lash for a dramatic look, so I'm going to go and do that and I'll be back again. Okay, so that is the lashes done. Kind of loving them. I have quite small eyes, I have quite small features, I'm a very small person, like 5 foot nothing, and I just think those lashes are big without being too much. I think they really set the look off. I want to do my under eye. I bob some more base on my under eye, and I'm going to go back in with my Peaches and Cream brush and I Am Powerful, and I'm just going to lightly tap that right on my lashes. Okay, so I'm just going to go in with I Am Happy from with my Real Techniques brush and just blend that slightly. I don't want to go too mad, I just want it to be deepened up. Primer, I've done my under eyes. In fact, I'm going to put a little bit of gel liner in the waterline, and this just really, like, I really love gel liner in the waterline because it just stays all day. And I've not put any extra on this brush, this is just excess from when I did my wing. Love it. I'm getting gel liner on everything, literally everything. I'm having to wipe because there's gel liner on everything. Okay, so I'll probably do my bottom lashes when I've done the rest of my makeup, maybe when I've got a bit of powder on my under eye. But I'm going to go in with this, the Beauty Crop Avocado Poreless Primer. And I've got this in like a mystery box. In like was it an Amelia mystery box? I can't remember. But again, TikTok made me buy it. I've not even opened it yet. There's a lot of things here, not even opened and looked at properly. Okay, so this is... It's an avocado poreless primer. It's formulated with avocado. It minimises pores and smooths skin while helping your makeup go on better and last longer. So fingers crossed for that. And I love like the little packaging, little pump. Oh, got it on the end of my nose. It doesn't really smell of anything, which is good. It's not got like a bad floral scent. Oh no, it does smell now. Now I've started rubbing it in, but it smells like soapy, which I quite like. It feels nice on the skin. Okay, that feels quite nice. Just let that sink in for a minute and see what's what. I'm just going to choose a concealer. Now, the foundation I'm going to use my YSL Touch Eclat. That sounds rude. And I didn't think I'd used this before, but I think I may have had it, but in a different packaging. But I'm going to use it because I think it's the first time I've used it. And I got this for Christmas, and I got the shade BR10, which is a little bit pale by looking at it. But I think it's going to match me now because it's winter and I'm pale. And my son actually said to me today, Mum, you're dead pale. Okay, so I think I might go in with my YSL Touch Eclat Concealer. Is that how you say it? Touch. I'm just common and I can't say these words. And I have this in the shade. I think the shade is a little bit darker than... I think it's a lot darker than the foundation. So I'm probably going to mix it with something a little bit lighter. And just use a little brush to just cover up some of these little spots. Because I don't want to put my brush right on it because... Ew. Okay, so because this is a bit lighter, this foundation is a bit lighter, I think I'm just going to mix this in with a Juvia's Place concealer just on my under eyes as well. And I'm just going to bounce the concealer in with my Coco Cosmetics by Chloe sponge. I feel like I need to zoom you out a little bit more now. Sometimes I like do the eyes and then if I don't zoom you out, you're like literally on top of me. Okay, so kind of liking that combination. So I'm going to go back in. I've not even been in with it yet. I'm going to go in with the foundation. And I don't know if it's going to be a bit orange, but we're going to see. That is the colour right there. See what I mean about being a lot paler than the concealer. So that was just a couple of pumps. And let's just bounce that product in. So what does it say about this foundation on the box? Let's read it. It's a long wear, breathable, medium coverage, all day hydration, SPF 22. And the colour is BR10 Cool Porcelain. So it is a very pale colour, but it doesn't like, I don't barely have to blend it on my neck. So it is a good colour for me. I think that is quite a nice combination with those concealers as well. Under eyes bright but not too bright, and that is definitely a medium coverage, not a full coverage. I think you could probably build it up if you wanted to, but it's nice. I like that. Okay, so that was just a couple of small pumps and it's done the whole face. I think it's a nice coverage. It is definitely medium and not full, which is kind of more what people are going for at the moment. So it is quite pricey, but I think that is really nice. And with my dry skin at the moment, I feel like that's a nice foundation for me. Okay, so I think that's looking lovely, and I have a cream contour. I have the Soul Sue Contour on the Go Cream Stick in 01 Contour Cool, which I think should be a really nice colour with this more pale foundation. I mean, I'm saying it's pale, but it's not too pale. I don't look washed out. So, kind of liking the packaging on that. That is the stick right there. So I'm just going to go straight in with it. That is nice and creamy. Oh, got a bit on my ear. We'll roll with it. Like that. That is that feels really nice. I don't know how it's going to blend, obviously, but it feels like super creamy and soft. Nose contour kind of went awry there. I'm going to do my forehead as well, because I want to use the product and just see where it goes. I'm just going to go in with this Grinch sponge that I got in a Makeup Revolution advent calendar, because I don't mind staying in this one. This is one I'll just use for like contour and blusher and things, because I find that I can't get it out. They don't got any products they can use to like get it out. It's not like massively expensive. I feel like that blends really well. Put that right up. I'm going to take the smaller side to blend the cheek contour. I like it. That looks really nice. Let's blend the rest and see how we go. Okay, I may have put too much on my forehead. Just a little bit. I did not go like really to town with that. A little bit of it goes a long way. But it is very blendable. Really blendable. It just went on like really smooth. Just loving it. It was just such a soft stick that it was like when I'm trying new products, like to put them directly on the face rather than put them on with a brush, just to see how like soft and just how nice they go and how they glide. That glided so well and that blended so well, and it's not taken a lot. Yeah, loving that contour stick. Really nice. I think that'd be nice in like the summer, if you just wanted like a really soft, like sun-kissed contour bronze. Obviously the shade suits me now because I'm pale and does look like quite an intense contour, but if you've got like a little bit of a tan and you just want to like just have a little glow, then I do feel like that would really be spot on. Okay, so I did get a Made by Mitchell blush as well off TikTok shop, and I've not used it, and I feel like it's going to be really intense. Really intense. I've got a shade here, Posy Rosa, and that is the shade right there. So I'm just gonna put a little bit on, because I do feel like it's going to be really intense. It feels quite dry actually. Compared to that like stick, it does feel quite dry. But we're just going to go with that. I feel like that would make a really good lipstick. It is very intense, but it's a nice colour. I'm going to bring that down a little bit as well. Make sure that's blended into the contour and up through the temple. That looks nice. That works well with that contour stick. Okay, so I don't have a liquid highlighter, so I'm just going to start to set my under eyes. I'm just going to make sure that that is completely crease free. Loving this look so far. And I'm just going to take my LH Cosmetics and my Maybelline Fit Me powder. I don't have an under eye setting powder. I'm just going to press this in. And then I'm just going to take a little bit of my RCMA loose powder and just brighten that eye right up. And while that is like that, I'm going to take my mascara, my Maybelline Curl Mascara. I do like the shape of the wand, but I just don't feel like it gave me a lot of lash. But for an everyday look it may be fine. It doesn't smell bad or anything. It's not bad. It's just that I thought it was going to be a little bit better than that. Okay, I feel like it was a little bit better on my bottom lashes than my top. I'm just going to wipe this powder away because I don't want to end up with cakey under eyes. Okay, so before I go in with powder products, I'm going to take this Valentino Gold Clutch On The Go Perfecting Powder in Soft Matte Radiance. So I've chosen to go with this one because I have got another one, but I've chosen to go with this one because Dinah use it. Because I just like, oh my god, it comes with a chain, and you put the chain on this. I pop a knot in the chain. Pop a knot in the chain. I mean, you'd never like wear it out, but I just think the concept is just, oh, I nearly dropped it. I've already pinged it on Christmas Day when I got it, and I was looking at it, and now I've just nearly dropped the bloody thing. Knowing my luck, it'd smash. But I love the concept of just being able to just put it around your shoulders and just walk around with it if you want to. So this is On The Move Perfecting Powder in shade 1, and you can see where I have already dinged it. Gutted. I'm just going to take this on a big fluffy brush. There's literally no fallout to that, and just pat away. I mean, it does open and there's a brush inside, but I'm not going to use that. I'm kind of loving the finish it's giving me. I here for it. I'm not using a lot either, like the smallest amount. The smallest amount. Ooh, I've just nearly dropped it again! I think I need to step away from it. I really think I need to step away from it. It's going to be smashed before you know it, that, isn't it? Okay, so I'm just going to go in with the bronze now. And I've been dying to use this since Christmas Day, but I've waited for a video. I've waited for a video to let you know how I like it. And it is my Tom Ford bronzer. I've even kept it in the bag. It's one of the most expensive makeup items my husband's ever bought me. I think he did pay like 70 quid for an eyeshadow palette once, but it comes in a little bag as well. And I just love the packaging. It's just like so simple and sleek. And I've got the bronzer right here. Now this is the Glow Bronzer in 02. And I'm just going to take that on this like angled brush from Beauty Bay. And I'm just going to go in. Again, very little fallout. I'm just going to pat that through and then just blend it slightly. Oh my god, I love it. So I always like to do the jawline because I am starting to like sag a little bit. But I do like to blend it. I don't want to just see a line on my jaw because I just don't think that's a good look. But I do like to create that shadow and that illusion of a more chiseled jawline. And screw it, I'm going to do a little bit on my forehead as well because I'm loving it. I mean, you don't have to buy high-end products to get a really nice finish. It is a luxury item, but I do love it. I really, really love it. And a bit of blush. So I've got this Sigma Blush Berry Love. Now I bought this when I went to Venice back in July, so that's how long it's been sat in my new in drawer and I've just not used it. I didn't film a lot through October, November and December though. I just got too busy. Things happened at work. I changed roles slightly. Plus I started my own little cleaning business. If you want to know about all of that, let me know in the comments down below. I'll do a chit chat, get ready with me and let you know kind of what happened. But I bought this in Venice at the Sephora in Venice. So I think I watched someone's video and this was one of their 2022 favourites, or the Sigma blush, maybe not this shade, was one of their 2022 favourites. Yeah, I think it was Soph from Soph Does Life, so this was one of her 2022 favourites. I think, could be wrong, I have watched the video and I'm sure there was a Sigma blusher on there, but I'm not sure. But this is in the shade Berry Love, and that is the colour right there. Loving it. Okay, so it's got a little bit of powder to it, but I'm just going to pat that. That is very, very, very pigmented. Very pigmented. You only need like a little bit. I think I paid €12 for it. I think I need a fluffier brush I'm going to take my Real Techniques blush brush. I feel like that brush is just a little bit, it is fluffy, it's PC15, and it does work with other blushers, but it doesn't work with every blusher. I feel like if the blush is a little bit pigmented, then it just pick up a little bit too much product, and once you put it on your cheeks and move it up, you end up with like a dot of it there, and it just looks harsh. Love it. That is a really nice shade. It looks really dark in the pan, but it goes on like a slightly lighter, gives you really nice like rosy glow, and it's not got a lot of kickback or anything. I'm loving it, and I do love the packaging as well, the little rose gold packaging on it, and it comes with a mirror, which I do like, so you know, if you want to throw it in your handbag, you've got a little compact there as well. So, highlighter. Would I be me if I didn't put a highlighter on? I've got a Jacqueline Cosmetics. Now this is my first Jacqueline Cosmetics product, and I bought this because it was on sale in the Morphe shop in Manchester in town, and I got the shade Iced, and it was actually, because it was on sale, they had the smaller size, which worked out more expensive than this bigger size, so this worked out at, I think it's 5 grams, and I think there was like a 2.5 gram one that worked out like £2 more expensive. I do love the packaging, gotta admit, I do love it. Loving that. And I love the fact that it's got a mirror, but it's a little bit heavy. It's not one that I'd put in like my handbag and carry around with me, because it's just, if you compare that to like the Sigma one, and this is also, that's 7.8 grams. So if you can fit 7.8, and this is 5, and this packaging is like a lot bigger. I know he's just trying to be like a little bit extra and a little bit bougie, and it's nice, but, and I love like little J, but if I want to like have a little compact in my handbag, this is not what I'm gonna put in there. I'm gonna put this in there. Do you know what I'm saying? Anyway, this is like a really gold highlight. So it's called Iced, but with Iced you would think it would be a little bit whiter. Let's see how it goes on though. Okay, not as pigmented as I thought it was going to be, but it's nice. It's not powdery in the slightest. A little bit on the end of the nose. I'm going to put a little bit down the nose as well, which isn't a thing now, but I still do it because I'm old school. Okay. It does give me a little bit like, it's picking up on the wrinkles and the texture, which some highlighters do. It's okay. I'd have been a little bit annoyed if I'd have paid full price for it, because I think it was quite pricey at full price. But you know, it's okay. It's pigmented. You can see at the end of my nose it's pigmented, but I feel like it is a little bit textury, and that is the colour right there. So, you know, it's more goldy than iced to me, but it's nice. It's giving me a nice colour. I think it like emphasises my wrinkles a little bit, but it looks nice. It looks okay. That's all I'm gonna say. So, setting spray. Another one I got from TikTok shop, Beauty Crop, is Cocoa Rose Mist, and this is a hydrating setting mist. Give it a little shake. It's very much trying to do the Prep and Prime nozzle, like the Primark one, so every spray that I've had with that nozzle, it's always done well with me. I always like to let the spray go in first, because otherwise it like shocks me. Like, that's quite a nice mist though. Smells nice too. It's got like gold flecks in it. Don't know if you can see them. Can you see them? See the gold flecks in that? It's quite novel. Okay, that feels nice. That makes me want to spray more. It feels a little bit hydrating. Yeah, I kind of like that. Okay, I'm going to go and pull some lips out my new in drawer, and I'll be back. And I'll probably take my hair down as well. Okay, so I haven't got a new lip liner. I don't buy a lot of lip liners for some reason. But I'm going to go in with this PS Primark Desert Sands lip liner. And just go in with this. Okay, and I bought a Morphe lipstick in a sale. I don't know which sale. I think I paid like £1 for it or something. And this is in the shade Boo. It's a very, very light, like gold brown colour. I just think this, that looks really nice with the lip liner. There's literally glitter everywhere. I'm going to go in with a little bit more lip liner. And I recently bought in, I think it was from Feel Unique, I got a couple of bits in the sale, including, in the January sales, including this mascara, a Doll Beauty. She glosses like it's hot. I can't see what shade it actually is, but it's this like brown gloss. And I don't usually go for a gloss, but I thought I'd just go for this. And, but it's one of those ones that's really tight when you pull it out. I'm just going to put a little bit of that on. Well, like that. Like, not all over, but just in the middle of the lip. That'd be nice just like on its own in like an everyday look, I feel. Said everyday look a lot this video. Anyway, this is the finished look. Kind of loving it. I've used a lot of my new products, which was the goal, because I buy new products, I put them in my drawer, I think I'm going to film a video with it, and then never do. But you know, thank you for using these new products with me. I did like literally all of them, apart from the Jaclyn Hill highlighter. It was okay, wasn't overly impressed, and the mascara was okay, wasn't overly impressed. Everything else I really did like. I think I created a really nice over-the-top glam look. The lashes I'm really impressed with, because like I say, I do have small eyes and they really do make my eyes look nice. So yeah, kind of loving it. So if you did like this video, don't forget to give me a thumbs up, subscribe, hit the notification bell. If you've made it this far, then I'll thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video, guys. Bye.